practices. Her years of experience is multifaceted, starting from the human development, service to humanity, and describing her visions going beyond human empowerment. She holds a master's degree in nuclear physics from the University of Madras, an MBA from Harvard University with PhD in technology enhanced education. Has authored multiple books, citations, published paper in international journal, with having doctoral students visiting as a faculty at the Harvard University. Apart from the large number of the publications, her studies on sanitation, fertility, and silver lighting, insight into the Gujarat Baptist Orient Black Swan. She has been columnist, a writer, and frontline and a DNA newspaper columnist. She has been with the part of the administration for a very, very long way, a very experienced administrator, starting from the collector of the financial district, director of NEC and the Prime Minister's office, in addition to the Principal Secretary and Commissioner of Gujarat Development, Rural Development, Gujarat Department. Thank you very much. So we take this opportunity to also share that she has been part of the multiple committees and Niti Aayog, the evaluation of the SDG and of the Gujarat, along with being part of the 1819 annual first and United Nations and the Niti Aayog study on the demographic development and improvement. Currently, she works at Inauguration Foundation as a secretary. She is a devotee of the mother and Sri Aurobindo and has closely worked with the work and mentor by Professor K. Joshi. I invite Dr. Jayanti. Thank you.
A very warm good evening, namaste to all of you here. I was a little flummoxed, a little foxed when they said you have to be a motivational speaker. I thought the motivation is right in front of us, not in ounces, but in tons. So first of all, a big salute, a big gratitude to all of you. I mean, each one of you, starting with, I may not know all of you individually, but I think the work that BPA has been doing, the way you've all literally poured your lives into it, not with a sense of regret but I think lovingly, the work that you've all done, that's a testimony, that's an inspiration for us. And from eye care today, we'll also move a little towards eye care, no? And eye care not only as the verb eye care, but also the other small eye which keeps popping up, ego. And so then we also this beautiful conversation of Om, from operations to motivation. I thought motivation also full circle, it has to come back to Om. Om is the source of everything and the destination of everything. And I'm particularly happy that we have such a illustrious set of people both here and there. So if anything, I feel like a child who's come to a place full of so many beautiful things that we can grasp and learn. And I've had the privilege also to be to the Arvind Eye Hospital many years back. In fact, I did something very interesting. We took the story of Dr. V and tried to weave it into a presentation which had readings from his book written by his niece Pavitra, along with some songs, music, to explain or tell the story. Most of the people know about it, but then sometimes it's good to take a moment or two also to reflect. I think a lot of inspiration for each one of you. Motivation, of course, you are a major source of motivation for your teams. I'm sure there must be thousands of people looking up to each one of you, what you have achieved, what you've done. So then it becomes, the responsibility also becomes a little onerous. You're all the time being watched in a good way, but it also means sometimes when you go back and try to reflect on what is it that sculpted you to be what you are, I think a lot of us would owe so much of gratitude to our parents, to the teachers who taught us, to all those people who were a part of our growing up years, which continues even now. So I think we have every reason to be, and these stories, oftentimes the reason I'm coming back to that is there are so many people who have helped each one of us in being what we have become today, touched us, inspired us, nudged us. Sometimes it may seem bitter at times, sometimes carping criticism, all that. But then, ultimately that has been the fuel that has made you push your boundaries and go beyond. And so it's very important to go back to these stories, reflect on them, talk about them, celebrate them, not with any regret or resentment or any trace of anger, but I think with a lot of gratitude, even if at that time it may have seemed a little not so kind. But I think these stories are so important for all of us. So I'm very happy. And then CMC, of course, a center that we all so hugely admire, and Dr. Rajesh, the work he's doing, and Kuldeep Ji is there also as a treasurer, and of course, Professor and Dr. Neerja Arun. Among the many hats that she wears, I've known her for many years. We used to have a lot of programs on higher education. How do we get faculty members, teachers, and I think she's been somebody who's done wonderful work in her own right as an academician, and also, you may not, I don't know if she's going to speak about it today, but she's also written a lot on aesthetics, the Indian concept of aesthetics. I mean, all these are so important because when we really talk of this balance is not about being unidimensional monsters. We're all good, we're accomplished, but I think excellence also means folding in all the dimensions of our being. And I think increasingly this need to balance the personal and professional, it's always been important, I'm sure, but I think increasingly even more today, I don't have to give the reasons. We know that life is fraught with so many challenges, stress, conflicts at the micro level, at the individual level. If you look at the instances of stress, mental health, of course, the redeeming feature is that I really admire the way a lot of young people are more open to talk about these things, which earlier on would be taboo. So, right from the individual to the family, with nuclear families, with so many gadgets, which really increase the speed at which communication can happen, and yet there's often a lack of communication. Ironically, we hear all of this, isn't it? Whether it's communities, small villages, urban wards, states, nations, and of course the world, we see the same thing manifesting in different ways, different levels, different layers. Therefore, it's imperative that we really address this modern dilemma, which is not, in that sense, a new dilemma. It's been an age-old dilemma. But I think it's about how we can really lead a full outer life at the same time being anchored in equipoise, peace, and also not losing that basic quality of being compassionate, being courageous, and having fun as we do whatever we do, and not feeling that life is a big burden that we're carrying, because there will be challenges. But how do I deal with it? To not only keep these motivation levels high, but also be able to radiate, because you're all, super achievers. I think you have everything: achievement, commitment, name, fame, success, prosperity, all that. You have it. I'm sure we all aspire for more, and also to want to give back in greater measures. But with all of this, I think increasing the need to be in that state of balance, that state of equipoise, so that we are well ourselves taken care of to be able to really radiate this all over. For a long time, and a lot of times I feel that the conversation of the narrative is about either or. A lot of times people tend to believe that, well, if you really want to succeed on the outer, the inner journey is probably to be switched off. And this was a kind of a misinterpretation that also happened in our great country. Somewhere in the Middle Ages, we came to believe that if you want to really have abundance, prosperity, fame, name, success, material excellence, somewhere these words came to be having a bit of a negative connotation in the context of your journey within. I hope you're able to relate to what I'm saying. So it was believed that if you really wanted a journey inside, inward, you had to go to the cave, or the metaphor of a cave. And if you wanted to succeed, you had to be out in the world. And the two were irreconcilable. That was a wrong, if I may say, that was perhaps a wrong interpretation. And as a child, I used to read this very small, I see Swamiji there, I've not had a chance to meet him, but I would read this small book, which is I think a very seminal work called the Isha Upanishad. And there was something very nice. It talks about something which all of us can relate to. It says, it uses two words. It says Vidya and Avidya. Vidya is about the journey within, the own part of it, complete own part of it. And the Avidya that it referred to is all that we do on the material, the worldly front. We have to earn a living, we have to be leaders, we have to be successful grihasthas, family members, raising children. We're in the midst of all of this drama of life as well. And as I was reading this, because this is a book that Mahatma Gandhi and many others, in fact, he has gone on to say that in all the scriptures of India, everything was lost in a catastrophe. What is that one thing that you would cling to? He used this. And this is a very simple, it's a very short Upanishad with perhaps 18 shlokas. And the starting is that it's that divinity which pervades everywhere, so on and so forth. But the issue that got me a little confused when I read it a couple of times, because you grew up with this feeling that the journey inside is supposed to be the real thing. And the journey on the outside, even if you really succeeded, you did well, perhaps it's okay. But the inner journey was given more importance. So it has a line there. I'm just roughly translating it. It says that those that follow the path of Vidya, Avidya, which is succeeding on the material front. I mean, like Raju, if you're a successful businessman with, really a lot of turnover, you may be using it for absolutely very good charitable works. Now, all that it says, those that follow the path of Avidya, or somebody who's into academics, or who's into art, craft, anything, cooking, or what have you. If you fall, the Upanishad says, you fall into a deep, dark hole. That's sort of, I understood, because that's the conditioning you're brought up with. No? Okay. Don't be too outward bound. The second line says, those that follow the path of Vidya, the journey within, fall into a deeper, darker hole. So this got me a little confused. So as a young person, I used to wonder, what does this mean? And then I sort of got the understanding when the real key to it is you can't do one at the cost of the other. So what is needed is what do you need? A balance, a synthesis, an integration. So you have to have your feet on this ground, you have to walk on this ground, but you don't have to get totally carried away with all this drama. You can still be anchored in yourself. And I think that's what increasingly comes out in each one of your lives. I'm not saying anything new, I'm sure. If you look back at your struggles, your journeys, that's what you would have realized. I'm sure you've gone through all the ups and downs, and at moments when you felt that the whole world is probably falling on you like a ton of bricks, but there's still something very silent, something within you, which keeps silently encouraging you, giving you all the energy, the strength, the love to keep doing as long as you feel what you're doing is right. And I think this whole journey that you are all into, and even more people like us who are into a life of a lot of achieving, where you're also prone, you tend to also sometimes become very hated, very loved, very, sometimes there are things that will annoy you a lot, things that you may be sometimes on a pedestal, and so on and so forth. So it's all the more important that we really learn to respect and love ourselves. I mean, even those of us who may not quite believe in something else which is out there, it's not out there, it's right here. So how do you really love yourself? How do you respect yourself? How do you honor yourself? Self as in not that egoistic, arrogant self, but that real self which is a witness in a sort of way. And that is where I would also like to share that in my career too, I mean, this is, I don't want to, I'm sure there's so many beautiful stories you all have, but sometimes when you share your experiences, it adds a little more value. So I was in a way on the hot seat a few years back when I was heading the COVID management in a way, the COVID incident. I was like the incident commander, if you will, in a sort of way, as the Principal Secretary of Health for the state of Gujarat. And in my introduction, I must apologize, perhaps I'm now back in Gujarat as the Additional Chief Secretary Revenue, but I also hold charge and honours. So I think just as I spoke about inner and outer, maybe existence wants me to be anchored in the most outer and also the most inner in some interesting way. So I am holding both those charges and trying to do what I can. So at the time of COVID, I'm sure you all have experienced it. It's very, very fresh in our memories. It's not something that happened. So there was a time when we had no clue about what was happening, even the treatment, the reasons, the causes. There would be one prediction or one kind of cause or the line of action. The next day they would completely turn turtle and change it to the complete 180 degrees different thing. I mean, even from simple things like wearing masks to the medicines. So there's a lot of confusion. And similarly, when you're in a crisis-like situation of that kind, handling the full public health systems, it is natural that people are involved, and while there might be positive things happening, but even if there are a few instances where things you've not been able to save lives, and this was not restricted to any particular country or state. I think this was a pandemic across the world, and in that suffering, I think the kind of loss of lives that happen across the world, everywhere, the pain, the agony, all that is there. But then you are in the midst of all of it under a kind of attack from the media, or whether it's so many dimensions. I mean, this is not to blame anybody, but then there is anger to the common public that why is it that people are dying? I mean, you too are struggling. You're trying to sit there and figure out with whatever limited resources, whatever information, knowledge, resources. I mean, suddenly a facility which is meant to house, let's say, 100 people, you have to scale it up to house 1,000 people. I mean, even in a small house, home, if we have 2 guest rooms or maybe 1 guest room and suddenly there are 20 people who come and you don't know how long this is going to go on, how long they're going to stay there, food, taking care of their logistics, the bathroom, I mean, every little thing. I'm just trying to help us. And when, even if you needed people to work in these facilities, there was so much of fear. People would refuse to come, even if you were willing to compensate them. I mean, you're also bound by certain rules, norms. I mean, you can't be totally ad hoc and do things. So such crises also tell us how vulnerable we are, collectively, individually, and that also helps us be grounded, because I think this sense of arrogance that I have the solution for it all, I know it all, I think the journey, and those of us who are practicing, you often realize every day, and I'm sure when you're starting surgery, you, if I may say so, at the risk of sounding a little negative, but sometimes we cannot be arrogant about it and say that the surgery is absolutely, I know I'm on top of it, because you never know what is the sudden surprises that life is going to throw at you. And sometimes it's also very, very positive. You think that something is negative, you're not able to figure it out, but you realize when you open it up, the presentation is so positive of the illness that you're able to. So all these things. And in this whole thing period, I remember it was very tough for all of us, but I must also say the entire team, and that's where as leaders it's a collective. We have both the responsibility of being the face of our organization that we represent, but we're also the limbs, the hands, the head. So we have to do the back end, working with our teams, motivating, mobilizing them, trying to sit with them, travel, be with them, and take all these risks head on. It doesn't work if you're just sitting in our office, so you have to travel and be there located in the key centers, sometimes the main, most infected places, perhaps for 10 days or so, moving there, instilling confidence in your team, hearing them out, addressing their concerns, and some of them are very simple, genuine concerns which you can, but sometimes it doesn't even reach you when you're sitting far away. So it's all this put together. And in the midst of this, I also had, so when we're talking of work-life balance, I also became a grandmother at that time. And I still, so this is something I haven't spoken about before. So my daughter births a baby, and she also chose to go for what is called natural birthing, not normal birthing, but natural birthing, which means not even an episiotomy, not even the oxytocin drips which are given. So there's something called hypnobirthing, which is something new coming up. So we have to respect this and talk about this. So when my daughter made this choice, I had to completely honor it. And I still remember that, we have to come back home because I was visiting all the most infected hospitals. But work, even at home, with an N95 mask at night, wake up in the morning, massage the baby with the mask. So I'm sure the baby just saw a grandma with her eyes. And so I think we all, existence teaches us, isn't it? Nature is the most loving and sometimes the most strict mother who teaches you and makes you do what you have to do. And when you do what you have to do, when you do something for nothing, you get everything, isn't it? So I've always felt my life has been a fairy tale. I hope and I know with all the struggles we have, I'm sure that's a story with all of you. How many of you resonate with that? Both hands up. Let's be grateful to life. Let's thank life. Life has been so kind to us. If you think of all the things that could have gone wrong, that may have gone wrong, the very fact that we're sitting here, we're breathing, we're able to walk, we've come here, there's so much. Life has been so kind. Isn't this a miracle? Isn't this a fairy tale? So on that note, I think we doing everything with that state of the inner being calm, silent, detached, trying to, and again we're human beings, we would go through ups and downs, but how do you quickly, resilience to come back to that state? And I think that's what it is. And also as we struggle or straddle with all these roles, I found one little mantra, because oftentimes if you were to just go with the flow and not question the status quo, if you just want to let things be, let business as usual continue, life may seem a little easy from the outside. I'm not sure if internally they're happy, but I think for all of you, each one of us in this room, you are people who've questioned the status quo, isn't it? That's why you're here. You've always took up challenges, small, big, and decided to stick your neck out and be there, not allow things to happen the way they were. You try to make that small difference. It could be something very tiny. You may think it's tiny, but I think it's those tiny, tiny things together that have really made a big difference. And in that, there's something that has helped me, and I will just, it's a little mantra. Just at times when you hear somebody saying, you're the worst person on planet Earth that I've seen, which may not be very infrequent, sometimes when you're questioning the status quo. And it could be at home. Sometimes you hear the children in a fit of anger when you're trying to, or it could be at your workplace, it could be with people above you, the public, and so on. I mean, our lives have all this. There's a small, I call it a mantra. It's just easy to remember it there that way. It's called RAMA. Whenever you start negotiating, when you want to question the status quo, what's the first thing that you get? Resistance, I would say rejection. People say, what kind of a stupid idea is this? Have you lost it? Have you gone crazy? So it starts with that. I think this is the journey, any negotiation. It could be with your, 7-year-old at home sometimes, or it could be with at workplace with some of the top leaders, because when there's a new idea which is you're questioning the status quo, usually there is rejection. But as you persist, not to persist out of arrogance or ego, but if that small voice within you is telling you that no, this idea mein dum hai, aapko ye chhodna nahi hai, something is egging you to say that you must do it. If not you, who? If not now, when? And that's the reason you're all here today, for what you've done, what you've contributed. What is the next stage when you keep slowly, patiently continuing? What is the next thing that you encounter after rejection? Anger, isn't it? Now people get very annoyed. मैंने तो ना बोला था, अब फिर से आ गए ये लेके. That's the general tone in any context. And a lot of us, not you, but a lot of people often give up at that stage. कि हमें, as they say in Gujarati, why should I? Why should I get into this? Why do I need to battle this? Let it be. But I think if we continue, comes a stage of M. And what's that? A bit of mellowing. The other person also, something shifts. It's not by your argument, it's not your intellect, it's not what you do. But I think there is something that we may not understand. But there is a shift. Slowly that happens. And finally there is acceptance. So rejection, anger, mellowing, acceptance. And what keeps you going on this perhaps is your faith in the idea, in yourself, and sincerity, and also surrender. I mean, you're not trying to use muscle and money power and force your way through, but in a gentle way, you're trying to see that something that you can see very clearly is taken forward. So on that note, I think wonderful, and perhaps exceeded my time, but wonderful to see all of you. I want to again, really from the core of my heart, thank all of you for the wonderful contribution. You're really giving eyes, vision, light. You're bringing it into the lives of so many people. So can I request all of you to lift both your hands and pat your backs nicely. And if there's somebody else sitting behind you, please pat the other one. Thank you for all that you're doing. And the world, I assure you, because of your presence, it's become a much better place. So continue this, and as you do this, you don't have to speak. I'm sure you'll be inspiring many others, directly, indirectly, you may not even know. So keep up the good work, and thank you so much for all that you do. Namaste.
Friends will agree with me that she was all equipoise. And you will not know the struggles that she's gone through. And I just resonate with this because we work in eye care where our foot soldiers are women. And you may see they're grassroots level workers, but each of them goes to the facets that ma'am has just talked about. I've had a grassroots level worker who was a heroine. But the next time she left and he passed away, the whole village turned against her. So we all go through these things every day, and ma'am, you just made it sound very simple, but we all know what is going on behind that. I now invite another woman leader, Divya Ramaswamy, who's heading the Lions Arvin Institute of Community Ophthalmology, to come and introduce our next speaker of the day.
Very privileged to Paneja Gupta is the Vice Chancellor of the Gujarat University, and a very, very accomplished academician. And just going through her profile shows how passionate she is, both of the field that she's chosen, which is literature and the arts, but also for even building the nation building, and it comes through her work. She has held several eminent positions, some of which is also the Vice Chancellor of Sanchi University of the Buddhist Indic Studies in Madhya Pradesh. And she has developed the Department of Foreign Studies in the Gujarat University, Ahmedabad. And her credentials include a doctorate degree in English, and she has over 39 years in academia. But her work does not stop only with English literature, and she has excellence complemented with proficiency in several languages, including 2 foreign languages, Russian and Greek, apart from 9 Indian languages. She has authored 24 books and has more than 60 publications. But not just that, she has also produced 29 students who have successfully completed their PhDs. And she has it's a very, very varied work. So her work includes literature, but also ancient Hindu Sanskrit, and migration studies, Gandhian thought, Indian culture and faith, migratory art and music, and she's also a trained Kathak dancer. So you can see why I'm very proud to win this honor here. And she has traveled extensively. She has also been on several missions, that have really, and I encourage you to read about her more. I won't have time, but she's done a lot of work, even in building relations with other countries in India. So she's been on several teams that have worked on many, many important things. Beyond all of this, she's also done a lot of humanitarian work, both in the disaster management, disaster relief work in Gujarat, and also in Sri Lanka around the tsunami. So I'm very privileged.
Sorry to interrupt in between. Dr. Jayanti has to leave. So as part of the program, we plan to felicitate both the speakers after the talk of Dr. Neeraja. But then, because Madam has to leave, so if you want to felicitate Dr. Jayanti Ravi, and I will request Dr. Padma Divya to leave to please felicitate Dr. Jayanti Ravi, and I request Nandini ji to please come on the stage. Nandini ji, you're part of this program. Better we go in the plan.
Yes. Exactly. That is why we are coming.
No. One minute. Please. Thank you very much, gentlemen, and I will request Dr. Neeraja to please come forward and deliver the talk.
आप ऊपर ही रहिए आप ऊपर ही
नमस्ते, सादर वंदन। आदरणीय मैडम डॉक्टर जयंती रवि जी, आदरणीय ऑर्गेनाइजर्स फ्रॉम Blind People's Association and the entire team and dignitaries of Vision 2020. I am humbled and I am really very happy to be here tonight. One thing we share with BPA, and that is Gujarat University and BPA both are celebrating 75 years this year. It's a long journey. It's a journey made up by the people. The institutions are never built up with the bricks. It's the people who put the bricks. So today I remember all those people who decided to put up the bricks over bricks and create the tallest institutions. I say namaste to the entire stage, Nandini ji, Rakesh ji, Madam Divya. I'm sure I don't know many of the names. Dr. Padma Paul ji. That's what I would write when the names come up, And I should not make follies, so I'm not taking names. But once again, my Sadar Mandan. We all stand with one question. And normally the question is associated with Yaksha. And we say Yaksha Prashna. So for all of us, the Yaksha Prashna is what Arjuna asked Krishna. And the question is, Kim Kartavya? Kya karna chahiye? Kya kare? And we want someone to answer it. हमें करना है, पर जवाब कोई और दे दे, तो गलती होगी तो कोई और होगा. तो सब कुछ बताने के बाद कृष्ण भी कह देते हैं, यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु. सब बता दिया है, अब जैसी तुम्हारी इच्छा. यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु. बट यथेच्छामि किम, मैं क्या इच्छा करूं? बिकॉज मेरी इच्छा तो उस समाज पर निर्भर करती है जिस समाज ने मुझे पोषित किया. पर क्या मैं समाज से जुड़ी हूं? क्या मैं आपसे जुड़ी हूं? क्या मैं खुद अपने परिवार से जुड़ी हूं? मैं तो सिर्फ खुद से जुड़ी हूं. I'm not bothered about anything. As long as I'm satisfied, I'm there for everyone. But the moment my wishes are not fulfilled, each one, including the parents or the children, are at fault. कल एक बच्ची को एक पिता ने मार डाला, 4 गोलियां मारी. क्या दोष था? वो एक टेनिस एकेडमी चलाती थी. कल 1 महीना हो जाएगा, एक प्लेन गिरा था और अहमदाबाद आज भी उदास है. हम सब ने सेलिब्रेशंस करने बंद कर दिए हैं. आस्क मी, मेरे यहाँ बच्चे आते हैं, मैम ये करना है, वो करना है, बेटा भी रुक जाओ, मन नहीं है. आप दुनिया में मिडिल जो एशिया है, साउथ एशिया, उधर चले जाएं तो भी कष्ट है, नॉर्थ में जाएं तो भी कष्ट है, ईस्ट में जाएं तो भी कष्ट है. यू आर नॉट एट सूज. वी आर राइट देयर amidst these tribes. और कैसे इस ट्राइब जिन्हें हमने नहीं बनाया, हमने कोई यूक्रेन रशिया वॉर नहीं शुरू की, हमने इजराइल को प्रोवोक नहीं किया, हमने ईरान को कोई पीछे से पुश नहीं मारा कि भाई लड़ लो, बहुत दिन हो गए. मुझे याद है बचपन में जब हम लोगों की पिटाई होती थी तो कई बार तो सिर्फ इस बात पे हो
वी काउंट आवर जर्नीज इन युगास। हमारी तो युगों की यात्रा है, हम वर्षों में नहीं करते अपनी यात्रा। इसलिए कोई पूछता है अच्छा वेद कब लिखे गए, तो हम कहते हैं भाई वेद है ना, कब लिखे गए से क्या मतलब है। वो तुम डालते हो कौन सा पेज नंबर, किस ईयर में, किस पब्लिकेशन ने उसको छापा। हम तो सूक्त और मंडलों में बात करते हैं। हमारे लिए तो अध्याय और श्लोक हैं। हमें पता है कौन ऑथर है, हमें पता है महाभारत लिखी जानी थी तो अपना ब्लूप्रिंट लेके वेद व्यास ब्रह्मा जी के पास गए और बोले ये इतना बड़ा है, बोले 60 लाख श्लोक। बोले हाँ, तो कौन लिखेगा। तो बहुत देर सोचते रहे ब्रह्मा जी, बोले सिर्फ एक लिख सकते हैं, वो है गणेश। गणेश जी को जब कलम थमाई गई तो बोले एक शर्त है, मैं लिखूंगा पर जैसे ही तुम बोलना रुक जाओगे मैं लिखना रोक दूंगा और फिर नहीं लिखूंगा। तो व्यास जी बोले अच्छा, तो मेरी भी एक शर्त है, मैं जो बोलूं उसके जितने संभावित अर्थ है उनका ध्यान करके ही आप लिखेंगे। तो वो जब तक एक श्लोक लिखते थे व्यास जी 6-7 श्लोक दूसरे बना लेते थे। कितने अर्थ होंगे, कितने लेयर्ड इंफॉर्मेशन होगी, क्योंकि जो व्यास कह रहे थे वो था भाव, रस, ताल, छंद। पहला शब्द ले लीजिए तो उससे भारत बनता है। और जो दूसरा है गणेश, वो है तर्क, बुद्धि और अर्थ। तो हम तो होलिस्टिक सोसाइटी हैं। हम ये नहीं कहते इंटरवेल के पहले अंग्रेजी और गणित और विज्ञान पढ़ाओ, इंटरवेल के बाद भाषाएं पढ़ाना, ड्राइंग पढ़ाना, नृत्य पढ़ाना, संगीत पढ़ाना, इनसे कहाँ नौकरी मिलती है। जिनसे नौकरी मिलती है वो फर्स्ट 4 पीरियड्स में होगा, जिनसे नहीं मिलती वो लास्ट 4 पीरियड्स में होगा। हम ऐसे नहीं पढ़ाते, पर पढ़ाते हैं। सॉरी, I must say sorry to our own people, because even today in Kutch we are still teaching to our nursery kids rain rain go away in a desert area. Why? You know, वो सुनता है, पर अंग्रेजी नहीं सिखाएंगे तो फिर नौकरी नहीं मिलेगी, मॉडल नहीं होंगे, पढ़े लिखे नहीं कहलाएंगे। ऐसी जंजीरें बांध गए ना हमारे। हमने जंजीर खोली, पर जंजीर की एक आदत होती है कि जंजीर तो खुल जाती है पर उसके निशान नहीं जाते। हमारे निशान नहीं जा रहे। हमें अपने ही ऊपर गर्व नहीं होता, हमें अपने ऊपर विश्वास नहीं होता। और हर संगोष्ठी में यकीन मानिए मुझे ऐसे बहुत जगह बुलाया जाता है जहां स्व पे बात करिए, गौरव पे बात करिए, राष्ट्र धर्म पे बात करिए, करते हैं। और हर बार लगता है बस एक इंजेक्शन लेके गए हैं, अगली बार तक असर खत्म हो जाएगा, दूसरा इंजेक्शन लेना। Why we are not continued with our sensibilities? We are into the shared legacies. We are into shared legacies. एक दक्षिण भारत के कवि हैं, वो एक बहुत सुंदर सी कविता लिखते हैं। मैं वो श्लोक नहीं बोल रही क्योंकि पूरा याद नहीं है, पर भाव बहुत सुंदर है। यशोदा माँ कृष्ण को सुला रही है और कहती है देखो मैं तुम्हें कहानी सुनाऊंगी पर तुम्हें हुंकार बोलनी है। होता है ना, बच्चा सो जाए तो माँ को पता चल जाएगा कि अब सो गया। कृष्ण बोलते हैं ठीक है। माँ कहानी शुरू करती है। अयोध्या में एक राजा थे, राजा के 4 पुत्र थे, बड़े का नाम राम था, राम को वनवास हुआ, वनवास में रावण सीता को ले गया। लक्ष्मण बाण उठाओ। कवि कहता है मैं हर युग में उपस्थित विष्णु को प्रणाम करता हूं। वो कृष्ण नहीं है उस घड़ी, वो वही राम है जिस राम ने ये सत्य जो द्वापर युग था, सत्युग था, त्रेता युग था और अब कल युग है, हर समय अपनी प्रेजेंस दिखाई। मैंने आपसे बात की प्लेन क्रैश की। मैं एक ह्यूमैनिटीज की स्टूडेंट हूँ, ज्यादातर लिटरेचर पढ़ती हूँ, पढ़ाती हूँ, लिटरेचर से ही यहाँ पहुंची हूँ जहां भी पहुंची हूँ। तो मैं हर चीज को ये देखती हूँ कि भाव में क्या कमी है। और मेरे हिसाब से आज एक छोटी सी रिपोर्ट आई है उस प्लेन क्रैश की कि फ्यूल नहीं जा रहा था इंजन से। किसकी जिम्मेदारी थी? किसी मानव की रही होगी, चाहे वो मेंटेनेंस टीम हो, चाहे वो ग्राउंड स्टाफ हो, चाहे वो पायलट्स हो, कोई तो मानव होगा ना। जिस समय उस मशीन से मानव का भाव टूट गया, उस समय वो मशीन भी टूट गई। हमने अपने भावों को दूसरे तक पहुंचाना छोड़ दिया है। अभी जयंती रवि मैम बात कर रही थी कि हम विद्या और अविद्या में कैसे फर्क करें। हम एक दूसरे से जो बैलेंस बनाना है वो कैसे बनाएं। क्या है बैलेंस? एब्सेंस ऑफ वॉर इज नॉट पीस। पीस इज व्हेन देयर इज हार्मनी एंड सिम्फनी। और वो हार्मनी एंड सिम्फनी तभी आएगी जब हमारे अंदर पहले वो सिंक होगा। और उसका एक बड़ा सुंदर श्लोक है, यतो हस्तो ततो दृष्टि, यतो दृष्टि ततो मनः, यतो मनः ततो भावः, यतो भावः ततो रसः। जहां हाथ है आज वहां दृष्टि नहीं है। आप देखिए यहाँ बहुत सारे युवा बैठे हैं, अभी कहिए जरा 2-4 मैसेजेस भेजिए, वो कहीं भी देख रहे हैं खटाखट भेज रहे हैं। जरूरत ही नहीं आंख को उंगलियों तक ले जाने की, बिकॉज आंख का काम कहीं और जा रहा है, हाथ का कहीं और जा रहा है। ये तो हस्तो ततो दृष्टि, वो गायब है। ये तो दृष्टि ततो मनः, जहां दृष्टि है वहां मन भी तो होना चाहिए। हम नजर से एक काम कर रहे हैं। मैं घर में देखती हूँ कई बार बच्चों के साथ भी देखती हूँ, सामने एक डेस्कटॉप खुला है, उसके आगे एक लैपटॉप खुला है, हाथ में एक मोबाइल है। डेस्कटॉप पे बड़ी सी फिगर है, लैपटॉप पे कुछ आदेश दिए जा रहे हैं, टाइप हो रहे हैं, और मोबाइल पे गेम खेला जा रहा है। पिछले दिनों आपने एक न्यूज पढ़ी होगी, एक भारतीय है सिलिकॉन वैली में 4 संस्थानों में फुल टाइम नौकरी एक साथ कर रहे थे। घर में बैठ के ही तो करनी है, वर्क फ्रॉम होम। यतो दृष्टि ततो मनः, यतो मनः ततो भावः। जहां मन है, क्या वो जबरदस्ती का मन है या भाव भी है उसमें?
Just tell us that there's nothing wrong.
Okay.
ठीक है। See.
यतो भावः ततो रसः। रस क्या है? रस संसार में नहीं है। रस एक आर्टिफिशियली क्रिएटेड अवस्था है जो सिर्फ, जिसको हम कहें साहित्य या कला, उसमें होती है। जीवन को हाथ से उस कला तक ले जाने का ही नाम बैलेंस, सिंक है। बहुत सी बार आपने सुना होगा कोई किसी की गिरने से इंजरी हो गई, मृत्यु हो गई, बहुत कुछ हम सुनते हैं। जो साइकोलॉजिस्ट हैं, जो साइकोसोमैटिक डिजीजेस क्योर करते हैं, वो भी इसी की बात करते हैं। एक साथ सिंक हो जाएगी। अगर हम सिंक नहीं हो रहे तो हम इस विभ्रम में ही पड़े रहेंगे कि बात तो हम राष्ट्रवाद की कर रहे हैं और सूत्र इंटरनेशनलिज्म का दे रहे हैं, वसुधैव कुटुंबकम। हम राष्ट्रवाद की बात कर रहे हैं ना, नेशनलिज्म की बात कर रहे हैं। नेशनलिज्म की बात कर ले, पहले पूरी कर ले, फिर वसुधैव कुटुंबकम पे जाए। अभी थोड़े दिन पहले इंटरनेशनल रिलेशंस के हमारे बच्चे हैं, वो आ गए। मैम बड़ा कंफ्यूजन है, क्या है? आपने योगा दिन पे देखा, सर ने कहा 1 अर्थ 1 हेल्थ। हाँ तो इसमें क्या बुरा है? बोले वो कैसे हो सकता है, उनकी सिचुएशंस अलग है, जियोग्राफिकल कंडीशंस हमारी अलग है। बात तो सही है। तो बोले पहले हम भारत को स्वस्थ कर ले फिर विश्व को करें। ये जो यूथ है ना वो आपको पकड़ता है, वो आपको वहां चलने नहीं देता जहां उसे कंफ्यूजन होता है। आपने ऑपरेशन सिंदूर के समय ये देखा होगा कि हम तो अपनी प्रेस ब्रीफिंग दिन में करते थे 11 बजे या 4 बजे या 3 बजे। पाकिस्तान अपनी प्रेस ब्रीफिंग रात को 3 बजे करता था। किसके लिए कर रहा है सोचिए, कौन जागता है उस समय? जो जाग रहा है उसके लिए। So we have to be very, very critical and minute in our surroundings because they're giving us thousands of meanings all the way. एक मिनट पे हमको अर्थ मिल रहे हैं, लेकिन हम अर्थों का अर्थघटन कर पा रहे हैं या नहीं कर पा रहे हैं। हम क्या सिर्फ YouTube के न्यूज चैनल्स को बिलीव करते हैं, या हमारे पास हमारी एक्स्ट्रा सेंसिबिलिटी है जिससे हम ह्यूमन टू ह्यूमन टॉक कर सके। आई एम सॉरी टू से आज कोई किसी भी उम्र का हो, ह्यूमन टू ह्यूमन टॉक जीरो हो चुकी है। जीरो, आई एम सेइंग, नॉट इवन 1-2%। आप लोग इतने लोग बैठे हैं घर में, हम लोग भी बात करते हैं, बच्चों से कहते हैं बेटा जरा उनके घर जाके ये बात कर दो, बोले मैसेज भेज दिया। बेटा मैसेज से वो बात नहीं होती जो जाके करोगे, नहीं कर पाते। क्यों? क्योंकि जो मैसेज भेज रहे हैं वो मैसेज जिस पर भेज रहे हैं उस स्क्रीन को हम कहते हैं वॉल। ये वॉल है, ट्विटर की वॉल, फेसबुक की वॉल, व्हाट्सएप की वॉल, इंस्टाग्राम की वॉल। हम वॉल्स पे लिखते हैं और जवाब ह्यूमन से चाहते हैं। और अगर मेरी डीपी को लाइक नहीं मिला तो मैं डिप्रेशन में चली जाती हूँ। अगर कोई ऑनलाइन है और मेरी गुड मॉर्निंग का जवाब नहीं दिया तो डाइवोर्स हो जाता है। अगर किसी ने लेट लाइक किया तो उससे दोस्ती टूट जाती है। ये मशीनें गवर्न करेंगी कि मानव के क्या संबंध होते हैं? ये दीवारें तय करेंगी कि हम किस तरह लड़े, झगड़े, बोले, मनाए, रूठे। एक दूसरे से हम सब भूल गए हैं, हम शब्दों पे आ रहे हैं, पर हकीकत ये है कि हमारी परंपरा कभी भी वाचन की रही नहीं। हम तो श्रुति परंपरा के लोग हैं, हम तो सुनते हैं। और आज आप जो पॉडकास्ट कर रहे हैं क्या है? श्रुति है। यूट्यूब भी देखने का टाइम नहीं है, पॉडकास्ट भी into4 करके into3 करके सुनते हैं। वो हवा की भी जगह का टाइम नहीं है हमारे पास कि कोई सांस भी ले ले। I study youngsters a lot. क्या कर रहे हैं, क्या पैटर्न चल रहा है। So challenges इतनी माइन्यूटली हम तक आ रहे हैं कि अगर हम उनको नजरअंदाज करेंगे तो हम और आप अपने एसी चैम्बर्स में बैठे रहेंगे और दुनिया हमसे कुछ और चाहेगी और हमें कुछ और मिलेगा। और फिर जब हम चैम्बर से बाहर निकलेंगे तब तक हम बहुत ज्यादा डिसजॉइंटेड हो चुके होंगे। The thing is how to connect. दृष्टि की जब हम बात करते हैं तो दृष्टि सिर्फ बाह्य दृष्टि नहीं होती, अंतर दृष्टि भी होती है जिसे हम दर्शन कहते हैं। विभूति यानी जिसे हम राख कहते हैं, उस राख का क्या मोल है? हम घर में थोड़ी सी लकड़ी या कोयला जलाएं और राख है, क्या मोल है? हम तो उठा के फेंक देते हैं उसे। पर वही राख जब भावना में बन जाती है, ईश्वर के सामने खड़े होते हैं तो विभूति बन जाती है। ये मोल है। अगर हम भावनाओं का ही मोल नहीं समझ रहे, अगर हम सिंथेटिक वर्ल्ड में इतना जी रहे हैं कि अब हमें किसी का दर्द की कोई भी घटना, कुछ भी समस्या हमें छूती नहीं है, तो इसका मतलब हम अब जो हम कहते हैं ना, हमारा एक स्थूल शरीर है और एक सूक्ष्म शरीर है। स्थूल शरीर तो एक लिमिट तक बढ़ता है, मैं 5 फीट की हूँ, कोई 6 का होगा, कोई 5.5 का होगा, फिर नहीं बढ़ते। पर जो सूक्ष्म शरीर है उसके रुकने की गति कभी नहीं है, वो निर्बाध है, वो कहीं तक भी पहुंचता है। हम जान के उसको रोक रहे हैं, हम जान। और मेरी नाराजगी नहीं है, किसी से नहीं। आज का युवा तो शायद हमसे भी ज्यादा अच्छा है, वो किसी की सिफारिशों की वेट नहीं करता। कोई कहता भी है तो कहता है नहीं, हम अपने दम पे करेंगे। उसको पता है वो क्या करने जा रहा है। आई एम सॉरी, कमी हमारी है, हमारे जनरेशन की है। एक छोटा बच्चा घर में जन्म लेता है तो फौरन मम्मी पापा को होड़ लगती है, मैं तुम्हारा फ्रेंड हूं। भाई मम्मी पापा उसके हैं फ्रेंड्स, आप मानते हैं, वो नहीं मानता है। वो उस दिन फ्रेंड मानता है जिस दिन उसे कुछ चाहिए होता है। यू आर माई फ्रेंड, नो, आप ही कहे जा रहे हो मैं फ्रेंड हूं, मैं फ्रेंड हूं। उसे फ्रेंड की जरूरत नहीं, उसे मम्मी पापा की जरूरत है। पर हमने अपना रोल आउटसोर्स कर दिया है। अब हम उसे संस्कार भी नहीं सिखाते, अब हम उसे जिसे कहें बातचीत करने के तरीके भी नहीं सिखाते, उसे सही गलत की पहचान भी नहीं देते, उसे डांटते भी नहीं, उसे पनिशमेंट भी नहीं देते। और फिर हम बाद में कहते हैं शिक्षा खराब है, टीचर कुछ नहीं करता। सब कुछ तो आपने आउटसोर्स कर दिया। अब टीचर बच्चे की मार्कशीट बनाए या उसे संस्कार दे, क्या अपेक्षा है हमारी? क्योंकि वो टीचर घर में खुद फ्रेंड बन के आ गए। दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव कम टू। If we don't understand what is happening, how do we correct ourselves? If we want a new India, then trust me, we must have the old India. That will be our new India. We have to revisit. We have to go back. We have to understand what was there. ये कौन था जिसने लक्ष्मण रेखा सीता की कर दी? सीता तो आर पार जा रही थी, सीता को कब रोका उस लक्ष्मण रेखा ने? किसको रोका? जिसको रोका वो तो रावण की थी। वो किसने कर दी कि ये सीता की लक्ष्मण रेखा? वो तो रावण जैसे दुष्टों की थी, जिसे आज के सीसीटीवी कैमरा भी नहीं पहचान सकते, वो भी देखते हैं बाहर से कैसे आए। वो लक्ष्मण रेखा ऐसी थी जो साधु वेश रावण को भी अंदर नहीं आने देती कि ये दुष्ट है। और हम साइंसेस की एडवांसमेंट की बात करते हैं। हम प्रोग्रेसिव हो रहे हैं या रिग्रेसिव हो रहे हैं? आज जब हम हर बात में पश्चिम की विज्ञान की बात करते हैं तो हम ये भूल जाते हैं कि पश्चिम के विज्ञान का एक ही वैलिडेशन टूल है, दैट इज प्रत्यक्ष प्रमाण। जो प्रत्यक्ष रूप से उसे टेस्ट कर सके, बस उतना ही प्रमाण है। इसलिए जब भी हम जन्म की बात करते हैं तो पृथिव्या पुत्रोऽहम्, मैं पृथ्वी का पुत्र हूं, यानी मेरा शरीर पृथ्वी के तत्वों से बना है, जो 5 तत्व है। और जब ये मिट जाएगा तो वापस पृथ्वी में ही चला जाएगा, चाहे राख बनकर और चाहे मिट्टी बनकर। पर महाभारत तो चारों दूसरे तत्वों के जन्मों की भी बात करती है। वायु पुत्र हनुमान है, गंगा पुत्र भीष्म है जो जल से उत्पन्न हुए, आकाश पुत्र नकुल और सहदेव हैं, अग्नि पुत्री द्रौपदी है। ये 4 एलिमेंट से जन्म कैसे हो रहा है, किस विश्व के विज्ञान ने इसे डिकोड कर लिया? तो हम कहते हैं ये मिथ है। यानी इफ इट इज हिज स्टोरी देन इट इज हिस्ट्री, इफ इट इज माई स्टोरी इट इज मिस्ट्री। हर चीज माइथ हो गई, हर चीज माइथोलॉजी हो गई। क्यों? क्योंकि कोई उसे डिकोड नहीं कर पा रहा। डिकोड नहीं कर पा रहा तो आप देखते होंगे साल कैसे बांटे जाते हैं। 0 ईयर को कहते हैं सीई और उससे पहला है बीसी। बीसी इज बिफोर क्राइस्ट एंड सीई इज कॉमन एरा। क्या कॉमनैलिटी थी? हमसे किसकी कॉमनैलिटी थी? हम तो बहुत उन्नत थे, पाणिनि हो चुके थे, भास हो चुके थे, शूद्रक हो चुके थे, बुद्ध हो चुके थे, महावीर हो चुके थे। हम कह रहे हैं कॉमन एरा। कौन सा कॉमन एरा? क्या कॉमनैलिटी थी? आपने एक कॉमन लाइन खींची और बोले जब से क्राइस्ट हुए बस तब से ही जन्म हुआ इस पूरे यूनिवर्स का, इसकी सभ्यताओं का, इसकी शिक्षा का, इसकी उन्नति का। तो हम क्यों मान लेते हैं? हमारी क्या मजबूरी है कि हम भी मिडिल ईस्ट कहते हैं? हमारे ईस्ट में है क्या? तो हम क्यों मिडिल ईस्ट कहते हैं? वो जिनके ईस्ट में है वो ईस्ट कहें। थोड़ा तर्क और बुद्धि से हमें चलना पड़ेगा, तो ही हम एक सूत्र हो पाएंगे इस भारत को बनाने में। क्योंकि ना भारत को समझना आसान है, ना भारत को गढ़ना आसान है। और हम बहुत बहुत ही भाग्यशाली हैं जो हम भारत में उत्पन्न हुए। ऐसी कोई सभ्यता अभी तक नहीं हुई। अंतिम एक ही बात कहूंगी, हमें कष्ट होता है अपने रोल्स चेंज करने में। अंदर की बात है, फिर भी आप लोगों से शेयर कर रही हूं। जो टीचर पिछले 20 साल से एक पेपर पढ़ाते हैं उन्हें दूसरा दे के देखिए, कहते मैं तो यही पढ़ाता हूं। भाई आप टीचर हैं, एंटायर वर्ल्ड इज अंडर योर फीट, व्हाई कांट यू टीच समथिंग एल्स? नहीं, मैं यही पढ़ाता हूं, मेरा इतना ही रोल है। कोविड ने सिखा दिया कि जो महाभारत में धुरंधर युद्ध करता था अर्जुन, उसे भी बृहन्नला बनना आता है। भीम को भी रसोइया बनना आता है। और वो युधिष्ठिर जिन्होंने इतना बड़ा, एक तरह से इतनी बड़ी त्रुटि की, वो मंत्री बनते हैं। और नकुल और सहदेव जिन्हें अपने सौंदर्य पर इतना गर्व है कि वो गंधर्व कुमार कहलाते हैं, वो घोड़ों की घुड़शालाओं की सफाई करने वाले तंत्रीपाल बने। कोविड में हम सब बने, घर में हम सफाई करने वाले भी थे, रसोइया भी थे, हम बिल्कुल घर में ही रहते थे। और जो हमने कभी सोचा नहीं, ऐसे ऐसे काम हमने, परिवार ने, बच्चों ने, सबने किए। तो हमें खुद पे ही संशय है, खुद की कैपेबिलिटीज पे ही संशय है। ईश्वर ने असीम क्षमताओं के साथ हमें दिया है। अगर वो असीम क्षमताएं हम ले लें तो उसकी कोई अथाह सीमा ही नहीं है। 10 साल पहले जर्मन साइंटिस्ट को नोबेल प्राइज मिला क्योंकि उसने ये शोध की थी कि जो हम बोलते हैं वो मरता नहीं है। वो जो हम इकट्ठा कर ले उस साउंड को एक फ्रीक्वेंसी पे, तो हम दोबारा सुन सकते हैं। महाभारत में जब भीष्म का महाप्रयाण हो रहा है तो कृष्ण से कहते हैं एक बार मुझे विश्व रूप दिखाइए। कृष्ण दिखाते हैं तो भीष्म उनके लिए स्तुति गाते हैं। स्तुति समाप्त होती है और सब ये दुख करते हैं, अरे हमने तो इतनी सुंदर स्तुति, इसको कहीं लिखा नहीं। तब नकुल और सहदेव आकाश से ध्वनि एकत्रित करते हैं और जो ग्रंथ की रचना करते हैं उस ग्रंथ का नाम है विष्णु सहस्त्रनाम। लिखा हुआ है, हम सब पढ़ते हैं। मेरा एक ही अनुरोध है कि हम भारत को जानते तो हैं, पर क्या हम मानते भी हैं? मानना शुरू करें। आपने मुझे यहाँ आज अवसर दिया, बहुत बहुत
Ladies and gentlemen, that was probably the most thought-provoking thing we've heard in a long time. क्या बताऊं, सबको सोचने के लिए आपने अच्छी तरह से चाबी दे दी। चाहे वो जवान हो या हमारे जैसे सीनियर हो, हम सब we are all responsible for us, for our families, for our teams that we work with, for our country. And what could be a bigger blessing for us than here, ma'am, today? We want to thank you, ma'am, from the bottom of our hearts. And now please come forward and participate.
please come. Come over. Come this way. Please.
Thank you, madam. That was such a thought-provoking talk that you gave, and you reminded us of the simpler things of life. The chief guest of our inauguration function, Mr. Vijay Nehra, has come. So with a great round of applause, we should greet him. He is an IAS officer, Joint Secretary with the Ministry of Health in the Government of India, and has come specially for this program today. We should start the inauguration function. I request Mr. Nehra to stand this up. We would invite everyone and then we can light the auspicious lamp and then you can take place. So I invite Kuldeep ji, Dr. Praveen Vashish. I request the Vice President of Vision 2020 to come up, Mr. Yashwant Sinha, Dr. Rajesh Saini, President Vision 2020. Mr. Rajendra Shah, President of Blind People's Association, Dr. Dharmendra, the coordinator of this seminar. I would request all of you of this conference, let us together light the auspicious lamp. Sir, we have started all our technical sessions from the morning, but we are inaugurating it right now at your worthy hands. The entire business of ophthalmic surgeons is to bring light to people in the dark. So let us together light a light. Let us together the darkness fight. Let us together with all our might make the world happy and bright. Let us together light a light. We have Dr. Pudani lighting the lamp. We have Mr. Rajendra Shah, our President, Mr. Yashwant Sinha, Vice President Vision 2020, Mr. Kuldeep Singh, Treasurer Vision 2020, Dr. Praveen Vashish, Secretary Vision 2020. I request all of you to take your place on this dais. all Vision 2020 people. आइए सर. We welcome all of you, and especially Mr. Vijay Nehra to the city of Ahmedabad again, sir. We will never forget your tenure with us and your love for people with disabilities. And I'm very happy to inform you that this is the first time that the National Ophthalmic Conference, the National Conference and Community of Ophthalmology, is being hosted by a disability organization. So let's give a big clap to the Blind People's Association and Vision 2020 for reposing faith in us. So this entire conference and the 650 people who are here, they are ophthalmic surgeons, ophthalmic technicians, they are heads of institutes, they are funding agencies, they are strategic planners, they are optometrists, they could be all kinds of things. But there is a common strain in all of them, which is that if I can stop one heart from breaking, I shall not have lived in vain. If I can ease one life's aching, I have not lived in vain. If I can help one small robin to find his nest again, I shall not have lived in vain. So this audience is exactly like that. They are here to alleviate pain. And the translation in Hindi is very simple. किसी की मुस्कुराहटों में हो निसार, किसी का दर्द मिल सके तो ले उधार, किसी के वास्ते हो तेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है. So with this we begin our inaugural session with a prayer with the students of the Blind People's Association. I request Sonal and our kids to come here and sing a prayer. The PPA has a Sangeet Visharat program where children learn music as a hobby but also as a profession. These are our youngest kids who are still learning. नाम से सुनिए. नाम बोल बेटा. युवराज है. Harish and Yuvraj. A big clap for them.
One day just more than today, we need
इंसान. अगर इतना ही हम समझ ले तो और कहीं जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. We are in the right place if we believe in this. Going ahead, I would request Dr. Bhushan Punani, General Secretary of the Blind People's Association and your host, to give a welcome speech. Dr. Punani has exemplified what a life with passion means. Vincent van Gogh has said, I would rather die of passion than boredom. And Punani Sahib has never allowed boredom to come in his life. The 46 years that he has spent with the BPA, crossing over from the Indian Institute of Management, has been one of passion, compassion, hard work, and hard work. We will never get a leader like him who has led all of us in his flock to all kinds of heights. That is the spirit of a great leader, Dr. Bhushan.
Good evening. After listening to two eminent speakers, I'm sure you're not willing to have a longer speech, which is a welcome speech. But I'm so excited. BPA Kameshwar report in Ahmedabad by a group of 5 blind people, including Jagdish Patel, one day shall be hosting a national conference on community of ophthalmology. It's a big story. If you see, we could find those photographs of 75 years old. What a small organization it was, and it has gone to the newer heights. As you know, Ahmedabad is a UNESCO heritage city. We're very proud that you are in a city which boasts of having Mahatma Gandhi, Sardar Patel, and all the freedom struggle which happened here that has made this city very unique. And you all may be surprised. There's only one blind organization where our father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, used to visit very regularly. So you should take pride that the second thing which we take pride, particularly myself, Nandini, and Jagdish Bhai, Akhil Paul, and many others, Kindari, Bharat, that we are a CBR organization. The movement of CBR started from Gujarat, from Dhodka, and Chikbalapur in Karnataka way back in 1983. It was always called CBR. That time, I want to congratulate you. Eye care was indispensable part of that program. Because we realize that unless you go for eye checkup, unless you go for, you rule out the possibility of cure of visual impairment or you enhance the vision, you cannot go for CPR. That's the starting point, and it starts with you. The any CBR, any CBID is the starting point in the eye hospital, eye clinic, vision center. But BPA never had any eye hospital. We used to refer to as CBR was a big program which covered, you'll be surprised, 500,000 people with disabilities across ICEVI, which is the world body. We hosted the first time the World Conference City of Ahmedabad, and that emboldened us to have a national conference on country ophthalmology. And my team was telling today that this conference is far ahead of our international conference. Its response is so good. You have been so quality of paper. Then we went for football match for the blind. We first time in the country we hosted league match for the blind. Friends, again you need to give a clap. First time Gujarat won the women's title in football for the blind. So this year is very official for us that our team goes to the ground and wins the football match. And my next reason for showing you is that organization which had never eye care as a part of its domain started with a small hospital at Mareja. Thanks to Chittis Bhai, he is in the audience, that his father, can you stand up, sir? His father took hospital, then we went for Bharat, Bhuj, and today when I stand before you with a chain of 3 eye hospitals, 8 business centers, all managed by Dharmendra. And last year we got the award for community ophthalmology. And thanks to Dr. Sari, Rajesh, thank you very much for having faith in BPA to have this conference. Now friends, next, today I have the honor of welcoming and presenting before you Mr. Vijay Nehra. He is one man who is known for his dynamism, his hard work, and he has been very result oriented. And from day one, he has been supporting the disability development in a very, very best way. When he was collector of Ahmedabad, sir may remember that he promoted inclusive elections. Because of that, he visited campus number of times, and we were one district which did a lot of work on inclusive election. When he became chairman of the livelihood mission, I'm so glad we are the first organization in India to get the DDU GKY project with a very substantial grant allocation to give employment to the people in the rural areas. Bharat Joshi manages the program. So welcoming such a person who now is the Joint Secretary, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, and best part is our master program, the National Program of Control of Blindness, is his under purview, and you all will be very happy. With a dynamic person like him heading that program, I'm sure that will become the program of this country. And tomorrow when we have graduated sir, on behalf of Blind People Association and Vision 2020, we welcome you to this conference, this session, and also your meeting tomorrow. And thanks for, we know how difficult it was to come to Ahmedabad after traveling for so many days, so many weeks on very important assignment. Still, because of your love, because of your concern for visual impairment and its prevention, Mr. Nehra with us. Kindly give a big clap. Next in the order is the Dr. Viksit, very dynamic, always smiling, very fond of good food, and also very keen that Vision 2020 becomes a world's most vibrant organization in the field of visual impairment and its prevention. And the way he worked, the way his team worked, I congratulate and welcome the whole team of Dr. Viksit and the whole team of Vision 2020 for coming all the way and making this a very successful conference. I hope you is successful. Thank you very much. Mr. Pradeep Singh is our great supporter. He has supported many eye hospitals under the banner of Seva International. So the quality and quantity both are increasing, and I am very proud they are supporting Blind People's Association also. After their support and mentoring of Dr. Deshpande, where are you, Dr. Deshpande? Can you stand up? Who's being awarded today? Is our mentor. That become a vibrant organization. And when I go to Yashwant Sinha ji, thank you very much. You have been a very big support. I welcome you and welcome to this conference and to the Vision 2020, all the efforts. Dr. Parveen Vasist, he was a man who started the process. He informed that Mr. Nehra is the key person, and if he comes for the conference, that will make a very big difference. Thank you, Dr. Vasist, for motivating us to bring him to Ahmedabad. So I welcome you and I thank you for this particular initiative. And we also have Mr. Ravindra Patel, and who's the head of NPCP program in Gujarat. He'll be with us. And then my trustees, my staff, in the audience, there are so good, trusted friends with whom we have been working for ages in the concept of CBR. I welcome each and every one in the audience for coming to Ahmedabad, for making this conference a big success, and for your support. And I'm sure this conference will be a turning point in the policy of prevention of visual impairment and cure of blindness in this country. I am very confident that with Mr. Vijay Nehra with us and with all of you, it will turn out to be a landmark conference in the history of Vision 2020. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Punani. That is what good leaders are. It's not about growing by yourself, but helping others to grow, helping the field to grow, helping the field to improve. So thank you, Dr. Punani, for that. I would now request Mr. Rajendra Shah to give a memento to Mr. Vijay Nehra, because सिर्फ बातों से बात नहीं होती, हमारे बच्चों की बनाई हुई कोई चीज सर अपने घर में रखे तो हमें बहुत खुशी होगी. Mr. Rajendra Shah is the president of Blind People's Association, and I would request the officials of Vision 2020 also to join in the felicitation. This is a shawl made by our centers in Kutch. Thank you very much, sir. I will request Dr. Rajesh to give a memento to Mr. Ravindra Patel, head NPCB Gujarat. Dr. Rajesh Saini, president of Vision 2020, but more importantly, head of the Siliguri Lions Eye Hospital, from whom we learned a lot during the last conference that we attended. Thank you very much. I will request Dr. Punani to felicitate all the 4 guests from Vision 2020. Dharmendra and Dr. Punani to felicitate Dr. Saini, Mr. Yashwant Sinha, Mr. Kuldeep Singh and Dr. Praveen Vashisht. आइए सर, आइए. ये सब फेलिसिटेशन में हमारा एक बहुत ही स्वार्थ होता है कि आप हमें बहुत याद करें ये सारी चीजें देख देख कर. A shawl embodies and exemplifies the fact that you are one of us and we want to share our warmth with you. Thank you very much. That's Mrs. Vimal Khavani, she is Project Director of Blind People's Association. has worked in BPA for 42 years. So all of us colleagues, between the three of us, we have about 120 years of experience. I will now welcome Mr. Rajendra Shah. He is the president of BPA. He is an industrialist by profession. But more importantly, he has been the father of a girl with intellectual disabilities. For 45 years, he looked after her. And he says all his inspiration came from his daughter. Unfortunately, she passed away in COVID. But Rajubhai for us is a person who combines the dynamism of a businessman and the heart of a parent. And this is how he leads BPA.
Thank you, Ravindra. Today's chief guest, Mr. Vinay Mehra, Mr. Rajesh Saini, Yaswant Sinha, Pranay Vasist, Mr. Kuldeep Singh, Mr. Ravindra Patel, Dr. Punani, and Dhanita. All the delegates and invited guests, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all in this seminar. I am sure this seminar will be very useful to you. What I understood in morning and yesterday's discussion, it was a very interesting, and what inspired me is that the message I got is that all the people are taking too much interest in learning. Right? So there is a big thing. Earlier we had one seminar, but compared to that, in this seminar, people have taken more interest. They are going deep in the subject. So that is really good thing. I congratulate all the delegates, and I wish you will definitely take something home with you. You are also welcome to the city of Ahmedabad. I think Ahmedabadis are known as the miser people. You remember there is one joke. One day one train came to the station. The person asked, which is the station? They will give me 1 rupee, then I will take. He says it is Ahmedabad. City is changing, things are changing, and now people are loving people. And I think we will definitely enjoy Ahmedabad state. Thank you.
That was the old reputation of Ahmedabad, that people would not spend money. And today, Ahmedabad is emerging as one of a city having the largest number of donors, benefactors, and myriad rehabilitation agencies which do wonderful work. And the best part of Ahmedabad, he himself runs 3 other NGOs. Still he is president of our NGOs. Because in Ahmedabad, we believe that we achieve more when we collaborate. There is no competition. We are all on the same side. We are all working for the same people, whether they are patients or whether they are people with disabilities. So there is no question of competition. And it's simple synergy which helps the Ahmedabadis to grow. I will now request Dr. Rajesh Saini to tell us about this idea, and he has a few surprises to share with us. A very jovial person, very bubbly, in a hurry to do things, and that is how he gets things done. In spite of heading a large organization, to give his voluntary time to Vision 2020, and he has steered it through calm waters and troubled waters. And I'm sure that his ship is one that will always sail full with the force of his personality and his dynamism. Dr. Rajesh Saini.
Thank you very much, Nandini ma'am. A very warm good evening to all of you. Respected Vijay Mehra sir, our chief guest for the program, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, National Program for Control of Blindness and Visual Impairment, trustees of BPA, Blind People Association, Bhushan Punani sir, Praveen Patel sir, the SPO, NBC, DBI, and Rajendra Shah sir, President BPA, and my dear friends of Vision 2020, the Right to Sight India. Nandini ma'am just spoke about surprise. Before I say anything, I want to inform you all in this hall that our Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, has sent a message for all of you for this conference. I want to read out this message for all of you from our Honorable Prime Minister. It is heartening to learn about the national conference on the theme Breaking Barriers, Inclusion and Accessibility in Eye Care, a step towards Viksit Bharat 2047, being held at Ahmedabad. Greetings and best wishes to everyone associated with the organization of the conference. Vision is a precious gift for humanity. Ophthalmologists not only help us combat eye diseases, but also enhance the quality of life for crores of people. Through dedication and commitment, ophthalmologists have earned the trust and admiration of people across the country. It is most heartening to note that institutions are making efforts to provide inclusive and accessibility in eye care. It is essential to ensure that latest and best eye care facilities are accessible and affordable for everyone. The collective knowledge and technological expertise of health experts, policymakers, and stakeholders will help enhance the quality of life for all. May the deliberations at the conference help in drawing up a futuristic roadmap to expand the outreach of eye care for the larger benefit of humanity. Best wishes for making the conference a success. Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi sir. Please give a big round of applause. Our country was one of the first countries to launch the National Program for Control of Blindness and Visual Impairment in the year 1976. And we have come a long way. Last financial year, we performed 9.9 million cataract surgeries. And I am proud to inform all of you that 60% of these cataract surgeries are performed by the Vision 2020 India members in the country. Vision 2020, the Right to Sight India, started in the year 2004 as a not-for-profit society with 9 founding members. And today, this consortium has grown to 197 members from Jammu and Kashmir to Kerala. Blind People Association hosting this conference and bringing this concept of accessibility, acceptability, and inclusivity is indeed an example. I can tell you, I visited 2 times before we planned this conference here, and I have learned so many things from Blind People Association. And the eye card you are wearing is made by the person with disabilities. Vision 2020, the Right to Sight India, is committed to join hands with Government of India, with state governments, to create a difference in our health, in community eye care, right from the primary level to the tertiary level, and leading the research and heading this research and data to the world because we are doing the most number of cataract surgeries. The vision of our Honorable Prime Minister for Viksit Bharat 2047. The vision for Viksit Bharat 2047 cannot be achieved without focusing on the vision, the sight, and the eye care. So we, as a consortium, are committed to create this difference and bring back the glory of our country in leading the eye care and health initiatives. Thank you very much.
You can see the passion, you can see the josh, and you can see his hosh. With a leader like that at the helm, Vision 2020 has no other option but to forge ahead and fulfill all the objectives of making our country proud in the field of avoiding needless blindness. They say that a good doctor treats the disease, but a great doctor treats the patient who has the disease. So we are looking for such great doctors, and Vision 2020 today would like to put on record appreciation of their services, and when a peer review of this sort comes in, I think that is the greatest award of all. So we go to our award section where Vision 2020 has instituted certain awards to facilitate such people who have put their lives on hold when they do the work of prevention of blindness. So we will go through the categories and we begin the awards distribution function. In the first part of the award ceremony, we have 3 awards, and the jury consists of Professor Praveen Vasisht. I would request all the people whose names I said, you just stand up so we can clap for you for doing the work of a jury. Dr. Praveen Vasisht, Dr. Asim Sil from Vivekanand Mission Ashram, Mr. Sabitra Kundu, Mission Provision, Dr. Deep Shikha Agrawal, MGMI Institute, and Dr. Suma from Dr. Shroff's Eye Hospital, Dr. Suma Ganesh. These are the people who have very carefully looked at people who deserve to be given the credit for being outstanding doctors and practitioners. We will start with the women's lead in eye care. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Upchar Rupena Samstita Namastasya 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 Nama Nama. So we begin with the women-led eye care, and you can see women are always a minority. Just look at this stage. So this is the joke. So we will start with the award for Dr. Sucheta Kulkarni from BBMA HV Desai Eye Hospital. This award was instituted in the year 2024 to recognize women for their influence, expertise, contribution, as well as commitment to the field of eye care. I request Nera sir to bestow this award on Dr. Sucheta Kulkarni. She has a daughter in Ahmedabad. I hope the daughter Sanaya has come. I will request Sanaya to accompany Mama. I will give her. From this we go to the Young Achievers Award. If you see the demographics of India, India is a very young country. We have the highest number of youth population in the world. So let us felicitate the youth of today. And this award was instituted in the year 2024 to recognize young persons in the age group of 20 to 35. On this stage, we have everybody who is way past that. We are young at heart. So we would like to call upon the youngest people in this audience. And the winner of this award is Ms. Neha Agarwal, Dr. R.P. Center for Ophthalmic Sciences, AIMS, New Delhi. These are the leaders of tomorrow. अगर विकसित भारत बनाना है तो कल बहुत सुंदर होना चाहिए और अगर इतनी सुंदर महिला आके अवार्ड ले तो विकसित भारत और भी सुंदर होगा. वेलकम स्नेहा जी. After this, we have 5 awards in the Eye Health Champions Awards. These are given to celebrate young and upcoming frontline staff, volunteers, support staff. Because, as you know, a garland is appreciated, but a string holding the garland, nobody ever looks at it or realizes the importance of that string. But these are the people who hold the hospital work on their tender and yet strong shoulders. And at the outset, we thank our jury. I would again request them to stand up so we can clap for you. Professor Dr. Vivek Gupta, Additional Professor, Community Ophthalmology, Dr. R.P. Center, AIMS. He's not there. I would request you to stand for him. Mr. Prasanna Kumar, PN, Senior Director Programs, Site Sevas Prasanna ji. Mr. Sanjeev Jha, Head Network Development and Channel Management, 2.5 NVG SLR India Limited. He is not there, okay. So we thank the jury for helping us in this process. And the Eye Health champions are Mr. Parvinder Kumar of Dr. Shroff's Eye Hospital, Delhi. We request Parvinder ji to come up and Mr. Nehra give this award to him. Mr. Kushal Dharmani, Seva Sadan Eye Hospital, Bhopal. Mr. Jitendra Kumar Sabhu, Vision India Foundation, Odisha. Dr. Divya Rao, Remedio Innovative Solutions, Bangalore. Yes, sir. Jitendra Kumar Sabhu. That is Kushal Dharmani, Seva Sadan Eye Hospital, Bhopal. Dr. Vidya Ram.
Yes, Anusha.
Mr. Jitendra Kumar. You can see they are from all over India, Delhi, Bhopal, Odisha, Bangalore, Chennai. So truly pan-India. Anusha would be collecting on behalf of Dr. Divya Rao of Revenue Innovative Solutions, Bangalore. Come, Anusha. And we have Dr. Charanya from the Sankara Nethralaya, Chennai. We go to our next set of awards. We have 5 annual awards from the Vision 2020. The Sri S.N. Shah Award which is for providing comprehensive primary eye test screenings with a focus on women and children. Late S.N. Shah, hailing from Nandurbar, Maharashtra, where my mother hailed from, was a philanthropist and wanted to do good for society. His son has carried, Mr. Nailesh Shah continues the award. The award was initiated in 2013. This is the 13th year of the award. It carries a cash prize of 10,000 rupees and a memento. This year's award 2025 goes to the India Vision Institute, and we request India Vision Institute to come and collect their award from Nehra sir. These are all people who are quietly forging ahead and doing services for the poor. And the more work you do, the greater happiness you get. The second award is the G.D. Agrawal Gomabai Netralaya Award, which is for reaching out the unreached through sustainable community eye health approaches towards integrated people-centered eye care. It's a cash prize of 1 lakh rupees and a memento. And G.D. Agrawal, Vision 2020 is grateful to him and his family for instituting this award in the year 2022. This is the third year of the award. And this year's award goes to Seva Sadan Eye Hospital. We request the team of Seva Sadan. The team from Seva Sadan is requested to come up. आइए सर, प्लीज कम. As you can see, this is the second award for Seva Sadan this evening. तालियां में इतनी कंजूस है ये. Each one in the audience should aspire that they come next year and take this award. Is it not? Because more than the money, it is the fact that your work is being appreciated. Thank you, team Seva Sadan, and we wish you the best for the future too. The next award is the Dr. Jordan Tasseloff Vision Spring Award. It is for reaching the unreached through glasses, spectacles. The main purpose of the award is to inspire smaller and medium volume member hospitals to continue to reach people in rural and unreached areas through glasses and make a lasting difference in their lives. So this award was instituted in the year 2020, and this is the 6th year of the award. The winner will get an award worth estimated value of 11 lakh rupees, cash prize of 50,000 rupees and a memento, 3,000 complimentary corrective eyeglasses, and the awardee institution can use on a complimentary basis the Vision Springs Training Center for 1 year from the date of receipt of the award. So this is enabling and also facilitating and also financing. So this year, 2020, the award goes to Samaritan Social Service Society. We request the team from Samaritan Social Service Society to come on stage and receive the award. Vision 2020, you can see, has instituted a number of awards in a number of spheres and activities. We next have the Lotus Award. The Lotus Award for holistic development of an organization to serve the community better. So this is for an organization to help it to eliminate avoidable blindness and to inspire eye care organizations to focus on development and growth along with making eye care accessible, affordable and available. This was started with the support of Mr. Naveen Shah again, Chairman and Managing Trustee, Lotus Eye Hospital, Mumbai. The award carries a cash prize of 50,000 rupees and a memento. We are grateful to Mr. Naveen Shah for instituting this award. It was introduced in the year 2017, therefore this is the 9th year of the award. This year, the award goes to Gomabai Netralaya, which is a very well-known agency and has hosted the Vision 2020 conference earlier. And their hospitality was something that we had to stand up against. So you have inspired us to serve people better.
Thank you.
You can see most of the people who run the hospitals are do-gooders who work on a voluntary basis for serving society. Thank you, Government and team. Thank you. Thank you. The last award in this series is the Sant Hirdaram Seva Sadan Award for innovative eye care practices. The main purpose of this award is to come up to enable and inspire eye hospitals to come up with innovative eye care practices and to come up with solutions that are sustainable, effective and involve less time. This award focuses on recognizing successful approaches or eye care services that are creative and can be implemented and I think can be replicated all throughout India. The winning institution will get a cash prize of 1,01,000 and this year the award goes to Akhand Jyoti Eye Hospital. तालियां तो बनती है। We have two more very important awards in this series. One is the Lifetime Achievement Award. To say thank you, to be grateful to a person who has dedicated his life, his breaths, his blood, sweat and tears to the field of ophthalmology, who has served the country through the armed forces, who has helped the smallest of hospitals, including our hospital, of which we knew nothing about the field of eye care, who helped our eye hospital to blossom and thousands of other hospitals to blossom. He is none other than retired Colonel Dr. Madan Deshpande. I would request that we give him a standing ovation. He serves as the consultant for development systems and Seva Sadan Eye Hospital. He has been a trained paratrooper and a commando. He became an eye specialist in 71. I would request you, Sir Dharmacharini, I would request Madam to come and be with him in his time of glory. Dr. Deshpande, to tell you a little joke. Dr. Deshpande, एक joke सांगते तुम्हाला. If you have a good wife, you get an award. If your wife is not very good, you become like Socrates, a philosopher. Look at this young man. तो ये मन में से एक मुराद निकलती है कि उम्र का बढ़ना तो जिंदगी का तकाजा है दोस्तों, न मानो तो बुढ़ापा कहाँ है दोस्तों. आपण मराठीत म्हणतो ना कसं जगायचं. कणत कणत का गाणं म्हणत म्हणत तुम्ही नेहमी गाणं म्हणत म्हणतच जगला आणि असेच जगा. Yeah, only. Yes. But the poem that I said in Marathi means
soldier never becomes old.
Yes, yes. The translation of the Marathi poem was that how do you live your life? You want to crib or you want to sing a song? So he has always sung a song and he will always sing a song. The second award is to an equally great personality. It is the Guru Dronacharya Award. It was just put up very late. We're sorry we got the hall very late, so.
No, it's fine.
Okay, our next award, as I said, is to see the life and times of a great man who thought of corneal grafting even before anybody in India thought of it. He is none other than Dr. Professor Tithyal, a distinguished luminary in his field. He has been given the R.P. Danda Award for exemplary work. He has been given the Padma Shri by the government of India. If you see his Wikipedia page, he has been recognized by the Stanford University as top 2% of researchers and most cited scientists in the field of keratoplasty. His work has been critically acclaimed at various international platforms. And as the great Guru Dronacharya, Professor Dr. Tithyal has trained hundreds and thousands of hospitals and doctors. I would request his son to come up. Please come up and join your dad in this wonderful moment. Actually, I would say these awards have become greater, sir, because they are bestowed on you and Dr. Deshpande. So the awards have become even more glorious because of the persons that they have now been associated with. I would now request Dr. Rajesh Saini to facilitate the chair of the scientific committee, Dr. Padma Paul, who for the past 6 months I said, I think she is in sleep deficit probably, because at any point of the time of day and night, I've always seen her on WhatsApp replying to people's queries, asking people to submit their papers, and single-mindedness of purpose. and the innovation and the creativity in the manner in which she has put together the program along with the other members of the scientific committee. I would now request Dr. Saini to give her a gift and also talk about other members of the committee.
Please come. Please come. So again, this is the quality of a leader. Dr. Padma is saying, मैंने अकेले कुछ नहीं किया है. Yes, indeed, but Dr. Padma, you are the chair this year, and we have our policy that when this is your last year, you served at the scientific committee for 3 years. Our SSDM members, Mr. Pankaj Vishwakarma, Dr. Pritesh Sonard, Rajan from Vision Spring, and I'm missing one name. Bharat is last year. Dharmen? Radhika Srinivasan from Sri Shanti Institute, Mumbai. Thank you very much for reminding me. So this is the uniqueness of our scientific committee. So next year, Dr. Sharon Samarwal will take off as a chair, and someone new will join from this consortium only. Thank you very much.
Dr. Padma, you are not exiting. You are entering into the Hall of Fame of all the scientific committee heads. और हमारे भगवत गीता में तो कहा है, आज जो मेरा है वो कल आपका होगा, कल किसी और का तो वो किसी और का हो जाएगा. So that is the chain of life. And Dr. Rajesh Saini and his associates want to facilitate the host committee for something that they have enjoyed doing. So I will request him to do the honors.
This award is to the host institution who hosts the annual conference. And we all are aware of who hosted the annual conference this year. BPA Ahmedabad hosted the annual conference. And I can tell you, they have set the new benchmark of annual conference. It will be tough to beat. We had 700 plus registration delegates who are attending this conference. 285 speakers speaking in these 2 days. The pre-conference session, first time, usually our pre-conference sessions are a little bit dull. I will say we get 50 to 60 attendance. This year we had 2 pre-conferences and both of them having 150 attendance each. So big clap for the host institution. What I will say about leadership, the leadership of Dr. Bhushan Purani. You have heard his welcome speech. You know, whenever you want to meet him in his office, he will be having the same energy throughout the day. He comes in the office till now morning 8 a.m. and he leaves the last in the office. I have seen that when I was here for the 2 days before the conference. Nandini Rawal madam, what I should say about her, you are seeing her exemplary skills to orate, to conduct the program, and even the feast, the dessert and the meals you enjoy, everything she had pinpointed everything. I want this, I want this, I want this for you. Dr. Dharmen Jaina, the silent person behind the success of this conference. You know, whatever you want to tell him, Dharmen bhai, ये चाहिए, हो जाएगा सर. Dharmen bhai, ऐसा करने का, हो जाएगा सर. Dharmen bhai, ये चाहिए, हो जाएगा सर.
never say no attitude, positive person bringing positive vibes, and see the magic. You are sitting here, full house today. I have so many names of BPA team to tell. But if I say few names now and I don't take other names, it will be injustice. I will say entire team of Blind People Association who have tirelessly worked hard to conduct this conference and make it a grand success. Thank you very much, BPA team. And I will invite and the president of BPA to receive this award. I will request Nehra sir.
विमल में नाउ पर Thank you, Dr. Rajesh. We conduct conferences and we love holding these programs because we love people. We love meeting people and meeting people makes us happy. And खुशियाँ जो होती है वो चंदन की तरह होती है. किसी के माथे पे लगाओ तो हाथ तो अपने में हैंगते हैं ना. So that is why we do these things. It makes us happy. Making people happy makes us happy and keeps us young. So these are the secrets of our good health and success. I would now request the main man of the day, Vijay Nehra ji, whom I said that the whole city of Ahmedabad loved him as a collector because of his dynamism, because of his straightforward way of doing things, and the commonest of common men would approach him in his office and could get things done. So, Yatha Raja Tatha Praja, if you have a good bureaucrat who cares about people, the way people in turn prosper and care for him. So, Nehra sir, we would love to go from you.
A very good evening to all of you. Dr. Saini and the entire team of Vision 2020, Shri Raju Vaishya, Dr. Bhushan Punani, all of the dignitaries on and off dais, especially Colonel Deshpande, Dr. Tityal. It is daunting to be speaking to this full house with leading ophthalmologists of the country, some of the best NGOs coming together here. And while Dr. Punani was kind enough to prepare a draft speech for me, but I realized that I'm not smart enough to memorize the same and not careful enough to carry it, so it's left in my car and now I am in a quandary. But sometimes when we have people with whom you share some sensitivities and sensibilities, it becomes easier to just communicate. And I think you have a good network, Dr. Punani, that I'm just 3-4 months old in the Ministry of Health in Delhi. And this particular program, I handle some 15-20 other programs, but this program was handed over to me only just like 1 month back. And somehow through your network, he came to know that now I'm in charge of this program and he reached out to me. I am very happy to be amongst all of you today, and for several reasons. First of all, I moved to Government of India 2 years back after having served for almost 25 years in the beautiful state of Gujarat. And this is the first time that I am making an official visit back to Gujarat and to the beautiful city of Ahmedabad, with which I have now a long association, and it has become an inalienable part of mine and my family's life. It was 15 years back that the first time I came in this city as the collector and district magistrate. That was the first time I got an opportunity to know about Blind People's Association. And very soon I started realizing that whenever I have to do anything related to the disability sector, whether it was raising awareness or doing something for the empowerment or doing anything and everything, I just need to reach out to people. That was my first understanding 15 years back. And then as fate would have it, 5 years back, I again came to Ahmedabad as the Municipal Commissioner of Ahmedabad City. And again, I knew that there was a strong NGO. And while I have an immense amount of respect for all of the NGOs, but pardon me for being partial towards BPA, because I have not been able to familiarize myself with the excellent work everybody does. But BPA is an excellent organization. It's a strong institution. And we've just seen, Raju Bhai, when I just noticed that he wants to be a leader who leads from the behind, and he wants to put everybody in his team forward when there is credit to be taken. And real organizations get built exactly by that methodology. They have more than 3 hospitals, more than 17 vision centers. And just think of it, every year they spend more than 3 crores giving just assistive devices. And not only in eye care, but they are renowned for their work in all of the disability sectors, from awareness generation, advocacy, giving inputs for policy formulation. So I must once again thank BPA, thank Dr. Punani for reaching out to me, and please give a big shout out, big round of applause to everybody in BPA. Vision 2020 and the entire team, I will admit my ignorance. I never knew anything about this organization because I was not associated at the national level with this program. But the brief, less than 1 hour that I have spent here, I have realized, Dr. Seni, that you have immense energy, immense dynamism in your entire team. I certainly look forward to, while spearheading the program at the national level, I certainly look forward to a closer association. I wish you all the best for this particular conference and for all future endeavors. And I am hopeful that even in policy formulation, we will be able to get feedback, inputs, grassroots level information from you and your entire organization. And I commend you for the excellent efforts that you are taking. I don't want to make a long speech. Dr. Punani says that time is not a constraint, but I do understand time is always a constraint. I have always thought of myself as being a better listener than a speaker. So when he reached out to me, I made a kind of an agreement. I said that I want to be in listening mode. How can we manage that? So tomorrow, if I speak for 10-15 minutes today, I want to be sitting with some of the leading people and just be in the listening mode. I'll be spending 2 hours tomorrow morning again just to listen. And I'm certain that tomorrow's morning session will be much more fruitful and useful. And it is only with that self-interest and that selfishness that I have come from Delhi, because we have completed the 5-year cycle of the program, and in the next 4 months we have to redesign the scheme, and we are doing it for all of the important health schemes
Today morning I spent a couple of hours at the Gujarat Cancer Research Institute. 2 days back we were doing a similar exercise for organ transplantation. So for all of the issues we are going to in the next 4 to 5 months, rework and the schemes and the guidelines. And we have taken a conscious decision in Delhi that we want to talk to all the stakeholders, all the technical experts, all those people who are implementing the programs at the ground level. So on 16th and 17th of this month, we have called all of the states. So for 2 days, we'll be sitting with all of the state governments and getting their feedback. Similarly, we'll be reaching out to all of the organizations in different programs so that we have a better understanding of the ground realities and the challenges being faced by the different NGOs, public sector as well as government entities in program implementation. That way we are certain that when we reformulate our schemes for the next 5 years, and this exercise becomes very important because whatever we will decide now will be in place, that will be the policy, that will be the scheme for the next 5 years starting from 1st of April next year. Before I conclude, I would like to share a brief overview about the National Program for Control of Blindness. In 1976, this program was launched. In 2017, it was renamed to call it the National Program for Control of Blindness and Visual Impairment. Just to get a rough idea how big our country is. Today, the program has been rolled out to all of the states, all of the UTs, more than 750 districts, more than 6.5 lakh villages, more than almost 2.5 lakh Ayushman Arogya Mandirs. So at the screening, awareness generation, prevention, all of that is happening across the country at such massive scale. When the program was started, the objective at that time was to reduce the prevalence of blindness. At that point of time, it was around 1.4%. In early 80s, it went as high as almost 1.5%. So if business as usual would have continued, today we would have had more than 2 crore people with blindness. Now the prevalence of blindness, as per the survey in 2020, has been brought down to 0.36%. So that's a great achievement of the program. Our target is that by end of this current year, we will be commencing another survey, and we hope that the prevalence will further come down from 0.36% to 0.25%, and we hope that by 2030 we will be able to further reduce it to 0.2%. Being amongst all of you gives me great hope. You will agree that in any nation, all professions are important. But there is something special about being a doctor. I don't know whether it's a sense of not having been in that profession or a positive envy that a doctor is the closest a human being comes to playing God. So I have huge amount of respect for the kind of work that doctors do. It's a great opportunity for me now to be working closely with members from the medical fraternity. And when it comes to eye doctors, ophthalmologists, you don't just correct vision, you change lives. Probably out of all the programs that we are running, in terms of the money spent versus the impact that we get, this particular program must be rating one of the highest. Just to share some brief figures with you, before COVID, between 2015 and almost 2019-2020, we were doing approximately 65 lakh cataract surgeries across the country. During COVID, there was an issue. It came down from 65 lakh to as low as 35 lakhs. During the 2 years, there was some backlog generated. That is the time when Government of India, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, launched the Netra Jyoti Abhiyan to take care of the cataract backlog. And very soon, within the next year, we were back at around 65 lakh. The next year, we did almost 80 lakh surgeries. And the year that just got over, 24-25, we did almost 99 lakh cataract surgeries. This is the highest number for 1 year ever after the program was launched in 1976. I was trying to do some research. This is almost more than 1/3 of the entire world. So just imagine the kind of work the program does. But then while we should take pride in what we achieve together as a team, I strongly believe that we should never be satisfied with it. For every achievement that we have made, there is a long way to go. As a country, we must work together to ensure that there should be no backlog. Cataract surgery should be made available and accessible in the remotest corners. And not just cataract surgeries. Just imagine correcting refractive error. We have a program under the National Health Mission and the National Program for Control of Blindness. All the children, every year, they are being screened, and then spectacles are to be provided free of cost. I have reviewed it, and for the last several years, we are achieving 12 to 13 lakhs. Sometimes we can just pat our backs that we are doing good. But we need to look at scientific studies, estimate the prevalence, and then we would realize that we need to do probably 10 times more, 20 times more, and there is no dearth of funds. There is no dearth of funds. Government of India is committed to provide budgetary resources, whatever is required. But it's for the state governments and all of you together, all of us together, we have to ensure that no child should be left out of this. Every child who needs a pair of spectacles should be provided for. Similarly for presbyopics, we have a scheme without any income limit, above 45, everybody who needs a pair of reading glasses is provided free of cost by the government. But somehow in the implementation, all of us need to put our brains together and identify what are the challenges. Whether it is dearth of optometrists, whether it is our inability to reach to the furthest corners, whether it are procurement issues, all of that needs to be discussed, and I look forward to some concrete suggestions from all of you when we have a discussion tomorrow morning. Cornea donations. We are again 65,000, 75,000 every year. We can easily do much more than that. Much more than that. It's my strong belief that when all of the leading people of the country are coming together, all of the NGOs are coming together, I can assure you that every single word that is written in your reports will be read by us. I can assure that every single idea that comes from you will be evaluated. Every single initiative or input that you provide will be seriously considered. And it's only when all of us work together, put our heads together, that we can come out with solutions in which we can tomorrow say that your theme for the workshop is towards a Viksit Bharat 2047. We can have a Viksit Bharat when all of our problems are addressed. Not only economic growth, not only our ability to defend ourselves, not only our poverty alleviation, but all of the big challenges have to be addressed if a significant number of people. There is a prevalence of blindness, especially if we cannot remove, fully eliminate preventable blindness, then I think we are lacking something. So we have to all work together towards that goal. This particular program is the best example of the government sector, the private sector, and the NGOs, everybody coming together. There is one big change since last year. I want all of you to please understand it and propagate it. Now under the Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, 58 different packages of ophthalmology specialty are included in the PM Jai Yojana. Almost 40 to 50% of the people in different states are covered in this. For people above 70 years, everybody is covered under PMJ, regardless of income status. So we can confidently go and reach out to every person who walks into our place If that person is above 70, we just need to help them to understand, number one, that they should get a PMJ card. And then anything and everything related to eye care is absolutely paperless, cashless for them. So that is a big difference that has happened in our country. This takes care of our senior citizens, and with the inclusion of so many packages on eye care being there, I think we should now, with the government setup, the private hospitals empaneled under PMJ, and all of you, the NGOs working together, there is no reason why we can't increase our coverage, go towards for a saturation approach, and totally achieve our objectives under the program. In the end, I would just say, in Hindi, जब सरकार की शक्ति और समाज की संवेदना इनका जब समागम हो जाए तो हमारी जितनी भी समस्याएं हैं उनका निराकरण हम संपूर्ण प्रकार से कर सकते हैं. Thank you once again, Dr. Purani, for inviting me. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to interact, and thank all of you for coming to Ahmedabad, for being participating in this particular conference. And I wish all the best to the organizers that the deliberations tomorrow will be very, very fruitful. Thank you so much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Jai Gandhi.
Thank you, sir. As usual, we are blown away by your research talk, your commitment, your compassion, and your wonderful communication. The ball is very much now in our court, Vision 2020. We have a bureaucrat who is ready to align the government programs with our needs. It is up to us now. He is going to be a good listener tomorrow. And you have the chance, you have the opportunity to tell him what the needs of the nation as seen from your eyes and from the eyes of the truly needy people. We go towards the end of this wonderful inaugural session with a vote of thanks, but please do remember, even after the vote of thanks, our program continues because we have our kids with disabilities who will entertain you for a short time and keep you prepped and ready for the dinner that will follow. So we will have the vote of thanks from Dr. Dharmendra, who I think will sleep properly only after Monday. He and his team have been awake all hours, but the tiredness doesn't show because if you love what you're doing, then it's not a burden at all. So Dr. Dharmendra for the vote of thanks.
So very good evening. Like after COVID, we saw a new normal life, and after Sindhura also everybody has thinking about new normal war system of our country. But I think we'll go for a new normal for ICAR. After the conference, you could go, when we talk about ICAR, now we have to talk about inclusive ICAR. That's the concept of the conference, and I think from here onwards, government organizations of partners of the Vision 2020, whenever they will talk about ICAR, now we will talk about inclusive ICAR. I think the breaking barriers, what above we are thinking the first time in the history of Vision 2020 conference, so many papers are covered under the breaking barriers concept only. So, first of all, I would like to thank Vijay Neraji. Sir, I would not thank you because you came here as a chief guest. You came here as hope for the whole of them.
Right.
Sir, you will be surprised that our conference is successful. You know that a hospital without patient is nothing. Like same like a conference without delegates is nothing. And the delegates number has increased 30% because of you only, sir. So thank you, sir. Thank you for coming. And I hope that tomorrow, after your 2 hours of discussion, I think the country will see something different and it will have different hope from the LPC programs. Thank you, sir. So I would like to thank Vision 2020 board, and I will ask all the board members of Vision 2020 to stand up, and I will ask all of you to give a big round of applause for them. Please, I will ask all the board members of Vision 2020. 6 months before, when they asked us that there are many people who have applied for hosting the conference, but Vision 2020 has unanimously decided that this time BPA is going to host the conference. So we are afraid. Definitely we are doing quite good, and we are one of the largest organizations, not in India, in Asia Factor, that is one of the largest organizations in Asia working in the field of disability. But when thinking about ICAR, we are people afraid that whether we will be able to make the conference successful or not. Now, with a clap on, we know that whether the conference is successful or not. So I would like to thank Dr. Padma Paul and all the members of scientific committee. I ask the whole scientific committee to stand up. Dr. Padma Paul and the whole team. Dr. Shailendra. Dr. Radhika and all the associate scientific committee. See, now we are seeing the nice paper and the 30 pages of booklets, which happened because of the hard effort of Dr. Padma Paul, Dr. Shailendra, Dr. Radhika, and all the scientific committee members. And big round of applause for all of them. So now I would like to thank the whole BPA team. I think I will name somebody, many of them are already given. So the conference successfully happened because of the spirit of BPA management who never said no. Like whatever you say, whatever program you bring, every time you start behind you. So I would like to ask the whole BPA management to stand up and all the BPA and Bharat team to stand up. And you can see the faces who are these around 2 to 3 months to make the conference successful. When we think about BPA, you know that Dr. Kunal Saha has a mantra that when you are thinking about to make something successful, then you have to develop your own things. So whatever you see in this whole conference, whether it's food, you know that yesterday the whole food was prepared in our own canteen only. And I think today it was outside caterers, but yesterday it was totally made by the catering team of the Blind People's Association. Even we had a plan, but we are afraid that whether it will succeed or not. So try for pre-conference. Maybe when next time we will hold any conference, the whole catering will be taken care of the Blind People's Association. BPA is not an IT organization. So last 2 days we have 6 IT people are in different halls. You know that everything was managed by the BPA team only. We didn't outsource a single person. So big round of applause for the IT team. We are preparing to make this campus IT friendly since last 1 month. Thank you to the IT team. So I will not take much time, and I will thanks all our trustees who have always supported us. Rajendra Bhai sir, Rohit Bhai is there, and our trustees from Bharat Hospital, the son of Manu Bhai Khetis sir is here. He is our vice president of the organization also. So I would like to thank all of you to present here, and I hope that tomorrow also will have order today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Dharmendra. We will just take about 5 minutes for removing this furniture so that our kids can come. And remember, the people who are going to be performing are people with multiple disabilities. So one person with several disabilities, including deaf blindness or severe sensory neural impairment. Table Now the audio. I request people to please take your place. I would request people to come forward if they are at the back because there are lots of seats empty in front. Please bear with our dancers. Some of them cannot hear, some of them cannot see, but I am sure their performance will be above par. આ કાઢવું છે સુધાબેન આ કાઢવું છે ને શારીરિક શક્તિની જરૂર છે આ હટાવવું ને ભદ્રેશ વનરાજ અરવિંદ
એ બાજુ લેવું
સાઈડમાં તમારી બાજુ એનો લઈ લો ઉપાડું સાહેબ
અહીંયા તો દોસ્ત તમને બોલો દોસ્ત
મારે ને બોલવું આ લોકોએ નાચવાની સારી
સાઈડ કરજો ને અહીંયા મોહ ભરાઈ ગયો
નાચવાનું આપણામાં ના આવે એ સાઈડમાં
બસ આને આમ ફેરી દો એટલે કદાચ માઇકમાં બોલવું હોય તો વાંધો ના આવે હા બસ કદાચ આ તો બેન લઈને અક્ષય બેન અહીંયા ઉભા છે ને એટલે ચાલુ રાખે
Sahil, just come to the stage. Sahil, the choreographer of this dance, is a person with visual impairment himself. So let us clap for the whole team before we start. The next performance is by a girl called Dhruvi. She is deaf blind. So how she hears the music, how she sees the world is something that only Dhruvi knows. But she is going to do the extremely complicated Ghumar dance of Rajasthan. So let's give a big clap before she starts. I request her Guru Chaitali to come on the stage, her teacher and her Guru in the dancing. Chaitali has a brother who is deafblind. So she has been responsible for the care and the development of Alay from a very small child. They lost their mother. She has looked after Alay. Alay is a great craftsman today in our vocational training center. And Chaitanya herself is a very good dancer. So she is organized. Achha, now we have the blind boys from BB, single disabled. So Deshbhakti. Okay. So here's a patriotism, a patriotic song from the students of BB. Right?
Bharat!
चलो भाई मिट्टी में मिल जाओ वो धरती में खिल जाओ बस इतनी सी दिलती आ रही है I should be part of the dust of this country. I should be part of your streams. I should be part. All my country is all that I have. Congratulations, Sahil. Wonderful. And ICVA will be giving 1,000 rupees to each of these kalakars, all these artists. We give them, cannot even think of trying any of these stunts, which our students do with so much ease. And this is Sudhaben. Yeah, all the participants here. Not the participants, my students. Sudhaben was the retired principal of Blind People's Association. After her retirement, she continues to give her voluntary services as the creative head of the dance and all other arts programs of the BPA. So big clap for Sudhaben. And now to the favorite pastime of the day. We stand up for the national anthem. Sorry, not dinner. Veer, our lead singer. Veer. Veer is an art of living coach. He heads our mental illness projects, who works with schizophrenics, bipolar, polar disorders, and calms them with his music, I think. So, Veer, come.
राष्ट्रगान शुरू करेंगे. शुरू कर. जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता. पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उत्कल जलधि तरंगा. तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय